It says start
There you well,
artificial intelligence companion.
That must be the green and black. Huh?
Well, let's see what happens in here. Dismiss. Okay, I see my picture and three of you guys and Phil France. Is my green pattern still showing up?
Yes, it is. I see Phil's name, but I don't see his picture.
Right. He must have to do something, though.
Yeah.
Technology.
Yep.
I know. I was so proud because I tested it out a few times before starting and everything worked. Okay, now my green thing is gone.
Yeah, there we go. Everybody but Phil's picture. Just Phil's picture is missing.
Yeah. Let's see. He's got a. Okay.
where's Phil located?
I don't know.
I
Probably
forget.
in his
You
Grand
turned his
Rapids
mic
area.
off.
He keeps going from mute to not on there too. It looks like right now. It
On
looks
my
like
screen, I can adjust the video on or off. So I wonder if Phil can do that.
must be that's what he's doing because now it looks like it should be on now.
Oh boy. I don't think we've had a single meeting where something hasn't gone wrong.
That's not bad right now.
That's our artificial intelligence. Phil France, can you hear us? And we can't see you.
Yeah.
Is that Phil?
I think so, but his mic was not good.
I see a little.
Yeah, is lighting up like he's talking, but I don't hear it. Yeah, his mic is bad. Yeah, he's coming in and out.
Well, Dick, were you out busy celebrating last night?
No,
You weren't
it was
making
the
any
night
fight.
before. I was at Chrysler Arena and watched all the students run out of there to go to Southview and
Set mattresses on fire or
Yeah,
couches.
they
Which was it?
arrested 40 people. So
Oh,
you don't want to go by there.
Yeah.
well, Phil, if you can hear us, somehow we think you've muted your mic.
No, it's not muted. It's just not working right. When it's
Oh.
muted, he's got a red symbol on there when it's muted, but there's no red symbol now, and he's just kind of like.
Okay, that's Mike Murphy.
And
Mike, that's Mike Murphy and
Mike,
Mike.
same
no, that's
thing.
Mike Donnelly.
Oh,
he's muted.
hey, Mike.
There he is.
There he is. I think you're one of the few people that's gotten on here tonight without problems. Okay,
we don't-
now
Yeah, I had to go through a lot of screens to get to this point.
Yeah, now you're on there double.
we like you
You're
so
on there
much.
as Mike and Mike Donnelly both.
That
Same
makes it easy
picture.
for you to remember.
Well, sorry, guys. Our time is up.
No, it usually takes us about a half an hour to get all the technological problems. So we're ahead of things.
Great.
Yeah, we're only 5 minutes into it, really.
Let's see what this thing on my screen is down here. I don't know. Hey, Al, I saw an article in the Free Press over the weekend about explaining why New Buffalo is so popular. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that one. I see a lot of them saying that New Buffalo is popular, and I'm afraid it's too popular, really.
Why?
Well, the reason for it being real popular, according to the Free Press article, was it's a hot spot for marijuana.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
it's on the
Tell-
border.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. There's about 12 of those places right across the tracks from me, all in a row, all within 1 mile.
Is that your problem? You got all that smoke inhaling?
Well, we can drive by there and have it inside our car with our windows up. The smell.
Well, Ann Arbor's like that, sort of, but they're all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
see you at the hash bash, Dick.
You
These
know?
are very
They just had the
concentrated.
hash bash.
Well, it's just the township. The city did not allow it at all. Just the township allowed it. And I'm in the township.
You must be on the township border.
I'm only 2 blocks from Indiana, so
Well, oh, no wonder. Oh my gosh.
yeah, that's why I said there's 12 of them in a row, just about right across the
Yeah.
street from us. And they just keep building more of them. They gave out about 50 permits in the township.
So
One for every
Indiana doesn't
seven,
sell.
one for every 79 residents of the township.
Really?
In my case,
If you count the people in the township, there's
intelligence.
that must be Phil, huh?
Yeah, I think he's. We
His
don't
mic's-
know whether he's able to hear us or not, but
I
it
think he
looks
can.
like it. I see that little blip of you.
Yeah, he can see us because he's trying to talk, but all we get is that green box around his picture.
Now, I'm
Working on it.
I think that's called proof of life.
Why isn't he trying the iPad if he has one?
What was that?
I say see if he could try on the iPad instead of his I don't know, it's a suggestion. If he has one, suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
And I still see Mike Donnelly up there twice. Once as Mike Donnelly and another time as Mike.
Right.
Really? Well, one's never enough.
Before and after.
And he's talking through the one that says Mike, not the one that says Donnelly.
Well, I don't know if I get rid of one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Have you got 2 devices turned on, or it's just coming through in 2 different locations? Oh, well. Frank Murphy is going to come to my place tomorrow evening and spend the night, and then we'll both come up on Friday for the funeral.
Oh, okay. I can't make it. I had another
Uh-huh.
appointments already set up, and they're so hard to work around.
I know exactly where the church is. My eldest cousin was buried out of that church a few years back in Portage.
Do you know if Al Grabinski is a member of that parish?
It would make sense that he could be, because it's physically be located not too far from there. No one was able to get a hold of him, I take it?
I texted him and I emailed him and got no response.
Hmm. I know the email didn't work or whatever when it was sent out, but you did have
Oh,
a
is he?
text for him.
Okay.
It said non-functioning or something like that. You know how it comes back as non-deliverable with the one that we had in the database.
Well, I think he sings in the choir, so maybe he'll be singing at the funeral.
Oh.
His brother always sang.
Mm-hmm.
Joe?
Joe,
Yeah.
yeah.
What grade was Joe in? Was he a year ahead of you, Dick?
I think it was 2 years, 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds
I
right.
remember he was always singing,
Mm-hmm.
the choir and that.
It's funny. Now we got Phil Franson there. Two Phils and two Mikes.
Well, maybe one of those, the mic will work for Phil. Microphone. There's one.
Yeah.
Gonna try to say anything, Phil?
What is Dick holding up?
Well, I'm holding up
An
Jim.
article.
What I got was Jim Hammond's obituary. And I printed it out. It's expanded from
Right.
what I got it from the newspaper, not from what Bill said.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my true belief that we were privileged to live with a saint.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Good,
Lot-
a
did a
good
lot of-
man. Yeah.
Did a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that he devoted his life to working with the poor and just organizing people. It's just an incredible life story. The thing that I remember about Jim, because he was not in my class, was he was always enthusiastic, and he was. It just seemed like he was, and it wasn't fake either. He was just like life.
Mhm.
You don't meet a lot of people like him, so it's a rare opportunity for each of us.
It's funny. I thought I got his hometown there mixed up with Portland. So
Oh.
I thought, oh, that shouldn't be a problem. I can get over to Portland pretty
Right.
quickly. And then I realized it was in
Portage.
It's outside
Portage.
Kalamazoo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you just go down 94.
Right. It parallels
Past
90.
By Kalamazoo.
Yeah, it parallels 94. For me, I just take the one exit south of 94 off of 131 and then go east. But you guys would be going the other direction,
Yeah,
probably.
right.
Except maybe Pete if he comes down 131 or something.
Yeah, I'd be coming down 131.
So you just go one exit past 94 and go east or left there.
Okay.
I forget the number on the, the actual street address number, but I'm trying to look that up right now.
What is it, Pete? About 30 miles?
It's close to 50, I think.
Yeah.
50 that far? I didn't think it was that far from where you were.
45, maybe 45.
For me, it's about 75.
Paul
to
Banner ought to
the-
know. He's
Yeah.
close to them.
Right. Mhm.
I thought Paul would be here tonight.
St. Catherine of Siena, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to click on it, see what directions are here.
I had a nice opportunity to hook up with Jim Hammond after the seminary. You know, we were together 6 years.
Uh-huh.
And then, we both went on to major seminary for 2 more years. Then in 68, I went into the Peace Corps, and I got out of the Peace Corps in 1970, and I didn't know where to go or what to do. And Jim Hammond was living in Saginaw,
Oh,
and Jim Hannick was there also.
Hmm.
And Jim Hammond, well, they both did their CO work in Saginaw. Jim Hammond worked in a hospital, but I lived in the house with Hammond and another guy from New Jersey, from Notre Dame. So I got to spend a year or so with Jim there, and I was there for his wedding. And then I went on to law school, though, and he went to Western for a PA school. But anyway, that was nice to be with him again after the seminary.
uh-huh.
With his CO work, he kept getting he was getting job offers like for social work, and he would submit them to this dude who was overseeing his case or something, and he kept denying him those jobs until he got some grubby job in a hospital as one of the guys who do the grub and dirty work. So he approved him for that. So he worked there for 2 years, I think, emptying bedpans and doing whatever other kind of dirty work they had to do.
Let's see. I heard from Mike Murphy. He said he was going to join in. And I heard from Norb, who said he can't make it tonight. He has, his wife is pretty ill, and his daughter is up with them right now. So that's kind of keeping them busy. And who did I hear from? Anybody else?
Paul Banner.
No, well, it could have been because I sent out like several repeats of that message. So some people responded real quickly, and others, last minute or whatever. But it just helps me to kind of figure out who's expecting or who to expect. Samsung S9. That sounds like me. I just got rid of my Samsung number 9. It was it was still working, but with the apps that I use for healthcare, it wasn't working. It was considered out of date. It was like, oh my, okay, whoop. Now let's see. Can I guess who that is? Whoever you are, Samsung, we can't see your name.
Is that our buddy from up north?
Your mic is off. Okay, Michael Murphy.
He's muted too.
Is he the Samsung?
No.
Oh, Sam. Oh, wait a minute. What is? Oh, that's
Sam somebody. What's Mike Donnelly up to these days?
Well, about 5'11", but I used to be 6'1". I'm shrinking.
Hey, I've shrunk an inch too. Did you go to the No Kings March?
I did not. I really wanted to. My daughter was there with her girls. I'm having a little bit of trouble staying on my feet in a march, and I figured calling an ambulance for me would not be a good use of resources. So I was there in spirit.
Oh, that's good.
My daughter helped out with the one down there in Kalamazoo. She did a lot of postings for the resistance, Kalamazoo resistance.
Oh, very good.
I got over to one of the, what do you call them, rehearsals before the thing happened.
Boy, it's kind of interesting. Our Pope is really speaking out against Trump quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't blame him a bit.
I see the bishop in the Lansing Diocese came out with a statement this past week, pretty much against Trump. Yeah.
I did not see that. I actually sent him an email a couple months ago saying it's time for you to join the rest of the bishops in speaking out, but I never heard anything back. So apparently he did something then.
He puts out he puts out a weekly what's
It's
it
a
called,
meditation
newsletter, and that he's retiring. He hit retirement age, so he's retiring, and they haven't announced who his replacement is, I don't believe.
Yeah,
I imagine with Leo, we'll probably get some good bishops, I would hope.
I would
Yeah.
hope so too.
Well, we had this is April 1st, and Mike and I go to the same 9:15 Mass at St. Francis in Ann Arbor. And they have about, how many would you say? Oh, there's Mike. Hi, Mike. I see your head.
The top of your head.
Yeah.
His mic is on, but he's not
He's
saying
halfway
anything.
in now on my screen.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we go to Mass at 9:15 just about every day, and they have a homily. So the assistant priest, his name is Father Seamus Kentner. They read the epistle, and they read the gospel and that, and then he was given a homily. And as he was walking up to the lectern, he said, there's been breaking news. And he said, they have named a new bishop. And he says his first name is James, and his last name is Conlon, which is the name of our pastor. And we were like, whoa, April Fools. I've never seen a trick so good in my life. You just
That was great.
really,
I had this all set up. But my wife and I are both Tigers and Red Wings fans, and the Tigers were doing so well. And she had gone off to bed, and so my plan was to put a little sign. I always try to put the sign, the score on the work area on the TV, so that she knows what when she gets up who won and who. And so my plan was to put a sign up that said, I had told her that they were so far ahead. That was really great news. And then my plan was to put up a little note, they lost. And
They did.
they lost. And so my plan
Yep.
for an April Fool's joke just went out the window, and I was, oh my God.
They did lose.
Yeah, they blew it.
They're like the girl with the curl in the middle of her forehead. When they're good, they're really very good, and when they're bad, they're horrid.
3 times in a row now.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Well, I have to put in a good word for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yep.
Winning a national championship was a pretty special evening.
Right.
Yep.
You know, during the hockey season, I work, they call it the event staff. I'm kind of a glorified usher or whatever.
Mhm.
And in hockey, I kind of guard a door in the back of this is an old arena. And it's right where the visiting team has their dressing locker room or whatever. Because the building was built in 1935, but it's always filled and everything. So I'm there, and this guy walks up to me, and he asks, is this the south? He's got a cell phone, and he said, is this the southeast part of the building? And he had a coat on and everything, and I looked, and that was Dusty May. And his wife, he was looking for a friend, so that's how I've encountered Dusty May. So I haven't seen the players. The one I really want to see is Mara, just to see somebody that's 7'3".
Mhm.
Is Michigan hockey still in the running?
Yeah,
for
they
the
play tomorrow. I think it's Denver tomorrow night.
Mm.
Yeah, they're in the Final Four, so they've had a very successful team this year.
I encountered Gordie Howe one time when
Wow.
he was signing autographs out at a pizza shop in Brighton. And so I thought, well, my wife had picked up a little, one of those souvenir hockey sticks, so I brought that out, and he was just, pretty nice about signing it. And so that was really great. And I also had a hockey puck that she had picked up, so he signed that as well. My other hockey memorabilia, this was before cell phones and cameras were at so handy. She and I went to a Red Wings, Meet the Red Wings on Ice event. And it was back, I think was Cavallero, was that his name? One of the, pardon?
He was a coach?
He was not the general manager. He was one of the Devillano, right? Well, yeah, and the idea was that they would fill up the hockey rink with the tables, and there would be a hockey player at sort of the host at each table, and this was your opportunity to get signatures and so on. So. Probert and who's the guy in charge now? The general man. Pardon?
Iserman?
Yes, Iserman. They were both playing at that time. They were players. And as soon as they walked onto the ice, they were absolutely mobbed. You couldn't get anywhere near them.
Mhm.
And everybody wanted their signatures in the program book. And so they decided, or somebody there decided, well, we'll put them back in the penalty box together, just to, with the crush of the crowd. And so, you could see these two guys, and that was really great. But they had this neat little feature that you could bribe the refs to put anybody in the penalty box. And they didn't think at the time, it occurred to me that, oh my gosh, what I'll do is bribe a ref to put my wife in the penalty box along with Iserman and Probert. And oh, she was just absolutely thrilled to be in the penalty box. And unfortunately, this was before everybody had cell cameras, and I never got a picture of her together. So that would have been one of those lifetime shots to have my wife in the penalty box with those two players.
Yeah. You know, this happened to me as a story that when I was at St. Mary's in Baltimore, when we were basically right downtown in Baltimore, and this happened at the time frame, I have to tell you because it's important, is 1965. It was right around Christmas. So I was going to try to do some Christmas shopping because they have stores. Or Pete, you were at St. Mary's, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it? Hex or whatever the name of the HECHT, I think. Whatever. It's like a Hudson's downtown.
Mhm.
And this is the main street of town, and it was filled with people, literally filled with people. And I'm walking down the street, and the shoppers, and across the street is Muhammad Ali, and this is when he was in his prime. I mean, he was arguing about his draft status, he's changing his name, all that. And, and he was also the champion that time, whatever. And he had this entourage of people with him. And somehow he crossed the street, and I met him. I met him on the corner, and I asked for his autograph. And I'm not on the curb, and I'm not very high. I looked up, and he had the biggest chest of any man I've ever seen in my life. And he was a very attractive man. I mean, you remember how I said he was beautiful? He had just beautiful kind of cocoa skin. Mm-hmm. And he signed it, Muhammad Ali. He gave it to me, and I left, and there's people crowded all around me. And the other thing is that when we left the seminary proper and we were out like that, you had to wear a black suit with a collar and a black hat. And so that's how I was dressed. But he never said anything, or, it was kind of strange in the sense that he's been charismatic. I'll still remember that, obviously. And, but, and I was like the only one he signed an autograph from. I don't know why, but that was nice. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Man, was he big. I mean, when he left, I'm kind of stunned, and I said, why would I ever want to get in the ring with that guy? I mean, you have to remember he was that big, but he was fast. I mean, with his feet and his hands. It was, wow.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you.
Right. Sam's
An apparition.
Tony Pruss on there.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Good.
Nice.
good.
Hey,
That's
Michael Murphy,
one that popped
I'm here.
up.
would you adjust your camera a bit so that your face is right now? We got
Hey, all right.
You got me?
Oh, wow.
It's only taken us 35 minutes to get.
Can we have your autograph? We
Okay.
sacrificed Pete.
I'm still here, aren't I?
Yeah.
But not on the screen.
Yeah, he is.
I don't see him. Well, now he is. There was somebody named Tony Pruss.
Yeah, that's me. Yep. Prusakiewicz. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But there you are.
Yeah.
Somebody's missing. No.
We lost Bill now.
Yeah.
You lost me, or I'm still there?
No, Phil's there.
It seems like there's only 6 slots.
I see 8 plus 2, no
You
pictures.
do?
There's an arrow on the right you can scroll over, at least on my screen, and see
Yeah,
more.
you scroll over, but you lose the people on the left.
Yeah.
Well, up at the top of mine, there's a bunch of boxes. You can hit that and get everybody.
If you go
Bunch
to
of boxes.
if you go to the view near the upper right corner, then
Up
you
at
can
the
get
upper
more
right.
box.
Touch your screen if you got an iPad anyway. Touch your screen and hit that boxy thing on the right upper corner.
No, Bill's not in it.
Gallery view, it calls it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Right.
Go to gallery view and you get everybody.
Tony, would you remind me what class or when were you there?
And I graduated in 70.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually Jimmy Blanchard is on too. So I was,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Right.
but happy belated Dingus Day.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of Dingus Day?
No.
And it-
That's the day
So-
after Easter. It's a Polish national holiday anyway.
They celebrate it in South Bend, I know.
Oh yeah, there's a good place. Yeah, that's one of the big. Buffalo, New York's the big one, but there's about 4 places in the United States that celebrate it pretty good.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a time of entertainment after Easter.
Is Pruss Polish?
Prusakiewicz, really, yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah. But
Bruce
it's
for short.
yeah, I get on it like tomorrow. I get on. I got a potato farm up north here in Johannes. You know where Johannesburg is, you guys?
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Never heard of Johannesburg?
You told us about it one time.
Yeah, North America, not South Africa.
Yeah.
Where
But,
is it?
It's up by east of Gaylord, 13 miles.
Oh, okay.
13 miles east of Gaylord, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and but anyway, I've shortened it up for I get on the Zoom meetings with Michigan State University on Thursday mornings. They have their continue ag education, and they get some points for renew your pesticide license and all that stuff.
That's it.
Oh, for the extension service?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Each week they have a different topic. They cover, as the year progresses, and this is, they come up with some new pointers and new ways of doing things, and
Mhm.
water is a big issue now with agriculture as far as irrigation.
How far do you live from Lake Huron?
We're
Oh,
pretty much right in the middle of the state.
No, that's true.
Gaylord is.
Mhm.
And halfway between Lake Michigan and Lake Huron, so
That's true.
pretty close. Actually, right here is supposed to be the highest altitude in the state of Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, and all of your like when I had to I had to put in a couple of big irrigation wells at one time a few years back, but when they come out, they said that because all the headwaters of all the main rivers come right. I mean, they're right within a 10-mile radius of my farm here. They're all coming out of the ground,
Mhm.
Well, which makes sense. The well drillers say the high point, then the rivers come out, or the water comes out, and then it trickles off down to the lakes,
Mhm.
big lake. So, but yeah, it's way it goes,
Are they still cutting back on your pesticides and stuff like that you can use?
they're restricting. They have some.
Yeah.
They have you know they you know re-register certain ones, and then they
Yeah.
you know, and then of course you know the potatoes insects are becoming immune. You know, or you
Yeah.
know, they become evolve. You know, into tolerances that. So you have to keep up with new products all the time to try to combat them. You know,
Hmm.
but it's the last one they come up with is it's a neonicotinoid. It's actually a nicotine for the Colorado potato beetle, and it actually makes them when they eat it, they get dizzy and they fall. See, a potato bug, the potato beetle has to continuously eat. Once it quits eating, it dies. See, so once they fall off the plant, there's a lapse of eating time, so then they end up dying just like that. You know.
Hmm.
So but they're starting to become immune to that one now too. Yeah. It's
Who do you
Oh.
sell your potatoes to? Who do you sell your potatoes to?
most all of them went down to a broker in Leroy. You know where you ever hear of Leroy, Michigan?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
A.L. Johnson and Son. They took care of one of their main accounts was Spartan always, you know. Spartan.
Oh, okay. That makes
Sure.
sense.
Yeah, and but what they do is watermelons and potatoes, you know, and so
Huh.
we broker everything. All our potatoes pretty much all went through them, but I did ship them. You know, there's other you know processors down there. Tim Dennis down in Washian, Ohio, and then Wysocki's over in Wisconsin. I shipped a lot of yellow potatoes too, and there's Jerry Fritz down in Ohio over there by Bellevue, Ohio. Great Lakes Packers, it's called. And
What kind of potatoes do you grow?
they're all table stock potatoes, but they're red ones. Mostly the yellow varieties at the end. But at one point when I was doing heavy potato, you know, that we mainly was russets, and then we kind of veered off into the yellow market. The yellow market became, you know, more profitable, you might say, because it was kind of a new fad, you know, the Yukon Gold type potatoes.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Then, but we grew all kinds of them. We tried all, you know, trying to come up with the best thing there was. You know, we do some few purples and a few fingerlings for everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then we do all the other, you know, rotation crops, you know, I certified seed wheat and oats and barley and corn and soybeans, of course, you know, for rotation crops, you know. So yeah, we had, and some hay. We did hay and straw, everything.
Now, was your family from around there? Is that where you grew up?
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. You look in the Gaylor phone book. Well, it used to be phone books. You know, there was 2 pages of them. Prusakiewicz.
Pages. Holy
Yeah.
smokes. My gosh. They had a lot of Pruss potatoes, huh?
Well, they're just the one. Yeah, well, there used to be a lot of potato farms around here, but now we're all pretty much fizzled out. You know, the big Walthers. I don't know if you ever heard of Walther potato farms. They're from like Sturgis or Three Rivers down that way.
Oh no.
But
That's a ways from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they've been coming up and taking over a lot of the acreage. Well, they're big with Frito-Lay, you know. And
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
and so they've been they grow like 12,000 acres of potatoes a year, or 15,000.
Jeez.
And they're all over, you know, from Florida to, you know, all the way up to, well, their seed farms up in Newberry, up in the UP, but they've been kind of concentrating on the Gaylord area. Well, now according to them guys, their land down by Three Rivers or down that way, Sturgis, is they have to put so many pests, you know, like they fumigate this ground with methamphetamine sodium, which it kind of sterilizes the ground to get rid of the nematodes. And this ground up here is kind of more fresh ground. It hasn't been potato production that much, so they're Frito-Lay is trying to reduce their carbon footprint and telling them that they need to find different areas to grow their potatoes. So they've been coming up and developing a lot of land around Gaylord here, Elmira and Gaylord, Joburg, and getting a presence here. Yeah.
Did anybody read the clerical abuse reports from the Diocese of Grand Rapids or Gaylord?
I read them.
Yeah. Did you also read any other counties or other dioceses?
I'm trying to
Lansing?
remember. I think that the Lansing Diocese is working on one. There is one they haven't been reported.
Anyway, I was shocked. I was really shocked at some of the names I read
Yes.
about.
Are you talking about the
Especially if you
Attorney
went to
General
school with
report?
them. What?
The what report?
Were you talking about the Attorney General's report?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they have each name, but then they list verbatim all the reports in the files about these priests
Yeah. Right.
from whatever sources, true or not. They just stated all the reports about them. So it's pretty amazing, pretty awful.
Yeah. I was surprised about Father LeBlanc. I didn't. Was he in your guys' grade or class?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, he was there when we were there. Yeah,
Yeah.
David LeBlanc?
Yeah. He was in
Dave LeBlanc.
He was
yeah.
ordained when we were in St. Joe's. He was at Blessed Sacrament Parish, wasn't he? Is that?
Yeah.
Or is there a different one?
No, David LeBlanc. Yeah. He was originally from Sheboygan.
Oh, well, he might have been there. I thought he was at.
I mean, that's where he grew up in Sheboygan.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But he was ordained when at least when I was in St. Joe's. I remember. I might even have his ordination card. I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because he was one of our profs when we were.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was. He was. He was the junior priest at St. Joe's when he was there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
He was our pastor when he got set aside at Holy Family Caledonia.
Okay.
Really, still a really nice guy. We were all pretty sad about that.
Yeah. All right.
And the allegations that were against him, he had been reviewed by 2 or 3 different bishops before him and found acceptable, whatever that means. I'm not sure that's the exact words. That's my word for it. And he went in to meet with the bishop to ask to retire in 6 months. And that was Walter Hurley. And he told them, nope, you're done now.
Yeah.
That's how we found out about it.
What was his name?
Dave LeBlanc, Father Dave LeBlanc.
Oh, LeBlanc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read the Lansing report in addition to the Grand Rapids one.
Yeah.
And I knew some of the priests in the Lansing report. It's just hard to see their names associated with all those cases.
Right.
I just wanted to clarify something in that report. I heard from Dick Host, and he pointed out that his case was a civil matter, that it was not involved with there was no criminal charge involved. What happened was the mother of one of the guys involved sort of urged her kid or children, the 2 boys, 1 or 2, to go along with this plan to file a civil case against Dick. And the case went it got scheduled, and nobody showed up. I guess
Is this a civil case, Bill?
civil
Yeah.
case? Yeah,
Okay.
right. And so the case was dismissed, but because his name was in that pile of priests, it was reported in the Attorney General's report. But I thought that that factor did not really show up as I read the Attorney General's report. It just sort of threw the name out there, his name out there, and unless you know really what you never had a chance to really to hear his side of things. So
no, Bill, it did go into detail. The woman was involved in a divorce, and she left the state with the kids when she wasn't supposed to do that. So she sued her ex-husband and Dick as part of that to try to avoid getting caught for abducting the children. And the case was eventually dismissed. Yeah, she didn't cooperate. She never participated in the lawsuit and stuff. And so it was dismissed. So he really, it's really terrible that he got included in that pile of reports because, it really shows he was clearly innocent of everything. And it was this crazy woman who was just suing him. I don't know if he was her pastor maybe at the time, or maybe he counseled the father, her ex-husband. I don't know, but I thought it went into pretty good detail, but I felt bad for Dick because, we had two priests ordained out of our class, Dick Host and Mike McKenna, and they were both in the report. So that was kind of sad.
Yeah.
But the report seemed to be that clearly it was unfounded, any accusation against him. I thought the report cleared that up pretty well. Anyway.
Thanks.
Was Father LeBlanc or Dave LeBlanc, was he connected with Muskegon in some capacity? I sort of remember the name. I'm from, I live in Muskegon, but I wasn't there.
Dick Lowy and Van Lente. Those two were from Muskegon.
Well,
Dick Lowy was in the report too.
Father Dave LeBlanc did pastor in Muskegon at some point in his history. Then he was at Holy Spirit, and from Holy Spirit he was transferred to Holy Family in Caledonia.
And now he lives about a quarter of a mile where Phil France grew up. 76th Street in Byron Center.
Well, he did. He's passed away,
Dave LeBlanc died?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. You're absolutely right about where I grew up too, but
it's a blue house right around the corner.
It's interesting. It's blue nowadays, yeah. How do you know that, Pete?
Because your brother told me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I live right around the corner.
Oh, do you?
I live on Burlingame near 72nd Street.
Okay. I think he did just tell me that too. I understand now that Father Locke Trin is living in the same condo that Father Dave did. I don't have that confirmed, but that's what somebody told me.
I saw Father Locke this summer playing pickleball, and he said he does live in that condo development. I didn't know it was in Dave LeBlanc's unit though.
Yeah.
Oh. And I see Charlie Fisher a lot too. He lives in the same development.
Oh, does he?
They call him Chuck now. We always call him Charlie Fisher, I thought, but he goes by Father Chuck now.
They called him Chuckles.
Oh, did they?
I recall, yeah.
Okay.
He was like the number one student in his class. He's a brilliant guy.
That's why he was the sacristan, right?
Yeah.
The reason I know a little bit about Father Dave is because my wife worked for him for almost 8 years. She was the director of religious ed.
Oh, in Caledonia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back up for a second, Phil. Remind me when you were at St. Joe's.
Well, I would have been in Pete's class. I made it just a little less than 2 years at the seminary, so I wasn't there that long. But Pete and Mike McKenna and Dick Host and stuff, I remember the names from our class.
So you went there in 60, in the fall of 1960?
I did, yes.
Oh. I didn't remember that either. Were you there just 2 years?
Caledonia now?
I'm sorry?
Do you live in Caledonia now?
I do. I've been over here for about 42 years now.
Oh, okay.
But I grew up there in Byron Center. My wife grew up in Wyoming.
Michigan.
Unfortunately, we were married 57 years, and I just lost her 6 months ago. So,
Oh, dear.
Oh, my.
Oh, very sorry.
thank you. I'm trying to adjust to my new normal. You know,
Mhm.
it's not horrible. I'm doing all right, but it's definitely different.
Are you
Pete, I
retired?
think, well, maybe there might be a couple of you guys that have been over to the seminary grounds in the past couple years. Anybody? I was there. I always pass through that after our reunions just to see what the heck is going on. I was just curious whether anybody else had actually been on the property.
No.
No.
I drove behind it since our last meeting we had and saw all the new houses they're putting on the back of the property there.
Right. Yeah.
But I didn't actually get onto the property.
I sort of had very mixed feelings after going over there last summer, right after our little reunion down at
Bill?
Bill Gebhardt's place. And I was really kind of disappointed to see what the grounds looked like. They were just kind of sad. It didn't look like the grounds were being maintained at all. I guess every individual is responsible for maintaining his or her property, but the ones that I saw just driving through the grounds there didn't look like anybody was doing anything. And I even wonder about the dwelling place, what their involvement with that whole home housing development is. I remember the thing that struck me was there were like a whole different realty company who put their signs out on just every available property there, which really kind of made it look kind of weird. But so I was hoping that maybe somebody had had a chance to go through that and see if anything else had developed. I kind of rely on Tom Dalton. The only one who would remember him was Norb, because he was in St. Joe's for 1 year in we joined up in 60, and I think he was there.
I think he was 59.
Right. Okay. But he lives right nearby. So he's the one that has gone over there and taken a lot of the photos of the thing. So he's going to try and get over there again, just kind of see what the property actually looks like.
is the building still up?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They didn't wreck a ball, did they? Or
No.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that is was operated. It was owned and operated by Samaritas
Yeah.
as a retirement community. I think it's like low moderate income of something like
Yeah,
that.
that's their specialty because
Right.
I've given money to them and they solicit money from me.
All the major buildings are still there. Am I not right? The main seminary itself, the
Right.
old convent, St. Henry's
Yeah.
Hall, and the gymnasium are all there yet, right?
Right. So the main building is residential.
Mm-hmm.
St. Henry's and the convent are owned by, I always get their name mixed up, Bethany Christian Services.
There you go.
And they're used for their youth programs. And so, and then
Gymnasium.
the gym is owned by Samaritas and is used as one of their child and family services centers in that general vicinity.
Did they put
And
a
then-
second floor? Did they put a second floor into it?
They put a second floor in parts of it.
There
I think
you go.
the parts that were the
Handball
maybe
courts?
they did put it all through the entire basketball court. I know that
Yeah.
the handball courts were part of their conversion process. I'd love to get inside that one, just out of curiosity to see what the inside of that looked like. And then, of course, the housing is dwelling place of Grand Rapids. Anyway, that's the status of the property. Bethany Christian Services, back before the economy collapsed, their plan was to build another wing that would actually connect St. Henry's and the convent.
Mhm.
And it would be used they would move more of their classrooms, and I don't know whether it was going to be their residential activities as well. But it never got off the ground. So that's the status of the property over that way. And Tom Dalton, the last I got pictures from him, they did a driveway sort of parking lot next to, or they did made a driveway cut from Burton up into the parking lot that is next to St. Henry's. So that's what I know about that. It's good, really, I think, to see that the property itself is being used for something, that's sort of similar to, I guess, our values and things that we were, the things that we were interested in as seminarians around there. I still never really got a clear picture of, after things were winding down in the main building, the last few years, who all moved over into St. Henry's? Were all the dormitory facilities over there? Does anybody recall what actually happened with that? I sort of followed through with some of the guys who were later go back into the 70s. But it seemed to me that in the 70s, the diocese started moving some of their activities over into uh, into the main building. I know that the archives were in like the third floor dorm,
Oh,
and that was used for a lot of storage of stuff. And I believe that at least Bishop Rose lived in the convent. That was my understanding of what was going on over there. And then the seminary, St. Henry's, was used for dorms, and I don't know if at that
they had
time
that social work group took it over, didn't they?
which St.
St.
Henry's.
Henry's Hall was taken over by a social group. For women.
Yeah, that was that group that bought up the whole chunk of property. Ellington something. It was a husband and wife that were the ministers of that church, and they had big high hopes for the whole
Was that
property.
church across the street from St. Henry's there? Wasn't there a church right across the street?
Yeah.
I don't, on, I guess the east side of that,
Yeah.
that property? Wasn't there
Yeah.
a church?
There was, yeah.
I'm surprised that the bishop lived at the seminary because his residence was on Lake Drive in East Grand Rapids. So they must have sold that. I don't know where.
I'm not sure, but the only name that I can remember that was connected with that residence was Babcock. And
Yeah.
it could have been after.
I remember as long as I lived not too far from there. I was just and I went Lake Drive was and it's all in East Grand Rapids. It's real close to where I grew up, and it was on the other side of Aquinas College, and it's Ramona area. But I haven't been there a long, long time, so I don't know.
I never got a clear picture of where Christopher House was located and whatever happened to it.
Christopher House.
Does anybody
It was
recall?
it was right next to the college, you know. It was the old Blodgett Estates. That's what you know, where the Blodgett Hospital is there.
We had a reunion there once, many years ago.
Okay.
Okay, that's close to where I have a idea where you're talking about. It had a brick what do you call it? A brick fence like around it, and it was, I think, across the street from Aquinas College, and then the hospital was, I don't know, remember all those streets there, but the hospital was kind of across the street.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty big hospital.
Yeah.
And East Grand Rapids was equivalent to what Grosse Pointe would be in Detroit, somewhat, to give you a kind of an orientation of that.
Right. Yeah, it was I was there, you know. Yeah. But yeah, we walked right to, you know, to Aquinas right from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was on the other side off Fulton Street, where Marywood Academy was, and wasn't too far.
Yeah.
I lived on a street that's very unique for a while. At one end, there were like on our side of the street, it was like three houses, and we were the last house, and it was kind of dead end, but there was a field, and it had a gate. And the Christian Reformed Church, well, you went through this gate, and there's a little drive, and then there's a parking lot and a Christian Reformed Church one way. You went the other way, and two houses down was a Jewish synagogue, and across the street was Aquinas College. So you had all three major faiths In our house, I could literally get to each of them within 2 minutes or so, which I thought was very, ecumenical and unusual.
Yeah.
Let's see. I remember, and maybe Mike Murphy, you might have been part of this too. I think it was during our 6th year, or it could have been during our 5th year, that we were visiting different like churches as part of the ecumenical drive, and we would go to I can't think of where exactly, but the one that I remember mostly was the experience at the synagogue that we went to, because I was there with my camera to be the official photographer for the recorder, and I got in there and I was taking, each of the sites that we go to, I tried to get pictures of the inside, and this was the time before electronic flash. It was the old bulbs that you had to screw into the flash attachment. And I had this shot all set up. It was going to be really kind of neat with a couple of us guys there and the rabbi in there. And I pressed the lever, and the flash didn't go off. And I said, "Oh, shit."
And
I thought, "Oh, Lord, here I am." Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, well.
The Lord said no.
mhm. Let there be light. Nope.
And there was no light. Oh, God.
I can tell you an interesting story. Have any of you ever seen been to the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
No.
Apparently not, but
Not
Pisa-
so controversial.
pardon me, did you go, Mike?
Oh, no, not. I've seen pictures of it, but I never
Oh,
got there.
okay. Well, I
Yeah.
actually went there. It's not too far from Florence. I was really surprised, maybe less than just a few miles. And when you, at least in some of the churches they're kind of famous and everything, they have a baptistry. So the church of, I don't know what, I think it's called St. Vincent's. I'm not sure, but it was a beautiful church. It was white. And I thought it was really pretty. And then there was an area that was like an open parade field, or it was just a lawn. And then across from that was the tower. And the tower was originally a baptistry, which I didn't know. And there it was leaning. So I decided I'd, climb it and get to the top. And I'm climbing up, and there were some women ahead of me. And we just about within, I don't know, say like 10 feet or so to get to the top, they had a stairway. It had really tiny steps with no protection. In other words, if you stepped the wrong way, you'd drop about 20 feet or something. I don't know, whatever it was. And the women in front of me were drunk. They were European women. They were drunk. I said, "How in heaven's name can you climb this when you're drunk?" And when you got on top of it, it was flat. And then you could see down into the streets of Pisa. You could see the Arno River, which is key in that area. And I don't know, the town didn't seem very big. It was hard to say. But I'll never forget that it was a sunny day. It was nice and everything, but it was just kind of weird that those ladies were so, I would not have done that.
Hey, my wife and I went to Henry Ford Museum today. We were interested in the DaVinci exhibit that's
Oh, really?
there right now. And we were astounded at this display of all the kinds of stuff that he came up with and invented. And you
Wow.
think, my God, to think that that one guy was such a like an engineer, and a lot of his things I didn't really appreciate that were related to where the money was coming from. It was used by some of his sponsors to come up with warfare items, things that make it easier to. And it's somewhere in there, and I should have paid more careful attention, but it's one of his processes of hoisting all stuff on cables. They mentioned that it was later used in the efforts to try and straighten out the leaning tower.
Well, really, that would make sense because he did some engineering thing. He wanted to make a canal around Milan, and the Lombard king was trying to get him to do that, and he proposed it, and they didn't want to because they're a lot closer to the ocean there. I didn't realize that, that they would get ships in there. So there is a. He was an amazing person.
And they had a.
I saw the. Did you ever see the Pietà?
No.
The first time I saw it was in New York City for the World's Fair, and I remember seeing that, and I left it. And my impression was it was so real, you didn't even know that it was marble. I mean, I was stunned at the detail and everything. It was pure white, and it was unbelievably beautiful. And I saw it in the Vatican too.
Going down to the World's Fair and catching that, and it had to have been 64 or 65 that we were there. It was a 2-year.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah. The thing that I remember, and this was, my mother was a real wanderer. She would just get these impulses to let's go there. So we drove over. She said, well, let's go to Toronto.
Whoa.
And Niagara Falls. That's why let's go over to Niagara Falls. We'll see the falls. And while we were there, she pulled out a map and said, we saw the, what was it called? The Empire State Way. She said, look at this. All you have to do is drive this all the way down, and we're in New York City. It didn't seem like a terribly complicated, difficult thing to do. So, I was the only other driver. My dad had died in '62, so this was her opportunity to really kind of go places that she had never always wanted to see. Well, anyway, so we said, okay, we'll split the drive between my mother and me. And so off we went after staying in the falls. And we head down across the city. It was getting pretty dark. So we got as far as Albany, and it was pitch black. And we decided we got to pull over here because we're getting lost in this whole thing. So we finally found an exit, and here was a big hotel in the distance there. And so we were traveling with a trunk load of banana boxes that were used as crates for our clothes and stuff. And my mother went in the front door, and my brother and I were busy getting ready to unload the banana boxes out of the trunk. And my mother came running back to try and head us off from doing that because she was going to be so embarrassed to go through the lobby of the hotel with a luggage carrier full of banana boxes. And she didn't make it because one of the bell persons got out there. And so she was so humiliated that he unpacked all our belongings in banana boxes, and off we went into the hotel, right in through the lobby. Talk about embarrassing. So we spent a little bit of time figuring out how can we get out of this hotel without having to go through the humiliation again of the banana boxes. And so we thought, well, maybe what we can do is take the stuff out of the banana boxes and shove them through the windows and run down to the first floor, get the empty boxes, and somehow get the stuff out to and we went through all the different ways we could. And in the end, she decided, nah, we're just going to let things go as they are. And off we went back through the lobby carrying everything in banana. In fact, I used those banana boxes when we were at the seminary. Remember what the Saturday clothes pickups?
Oh,
So, and then we get down to, we drove from Albany down the rest of the way to New York City. And, we're looking at our maps and stuff like that. So, and at that time, when we got to the world's, I still have a photo that I took from quite a ways out in a parking area showing the big Ferris wheel that's
right.
down there by Ann Arbor, between Ann Arbor and Detroit.
The tire.
The Goodyear.
Yeah, the tire, right. Right. So I got a picture of that in one of the snapshots but the thing is, there was a drought, or they were doing some work on the water works in New York at the time. And so here were all these millions of people at the fair, in the fairgrounds, and they had these huge trucks stationed all over the place because they didn't have any fountains.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to line up at a one of the trucks and get your water that way.
Oh.
So and then we got into the Vatican exhibit and saw the Pietà.
Right.
And there was another one. I still have the photo today. Buckminster Fuller did the, I think it was the New York State exhibit. His domes that he was well known for with interlaced sort of a mosaic kind of thing. I still have that picture. And I'm amazed that there are very few photos still in existence of that. I got one of them. So, and then we were so venturesome. We spent our time that one day at the fair and decided we would get out over into New Jersey to spend the night in New Jersey. And then, so we pull into this little motel, and those were the days before everybody had credit cards. So we were living off of our cash that my mother had stashed away. And we get over to this town, I still remember its name, Ramsey, New Jersey. And she opened up her wallet and decided that we couldn't afford to stay one more night between there, New Jersey, and driving all the way back to Muskegon.
Jeez.
And so we looked at the map and we said, okay, well, there's this turnpike.
Fancy turnpike. Well,
yeah, right. And we would just drive over to the turnpike. And at that time, the turnpike went way south.
right.
And then headed back up north toward Erie. And we thought, well, that's foolish. Why not just drive across the northern part of
New York.
New York? Yeah. What we didn't realize was there's mountains. So we spent hours driving up, driving down, up and down. We got into Erie long after darkness had set in, and at that point we were committed. We didn't have enough money. We just had to spread the cash around for gas all the way back to Muskegon, and so we set out in the middle of the night, driving from Erie across New York, Ohio. We got into, actually, we drove up into Grand Rapids about 6 or 7 in the morning. It was a Sunday. And
went to Mass.
So here we were. It was a 20-hour drive from Ramsey, New Jersey, back to Muskegon.
Jeez.
And to top things off, now you got to remember, phones were not, long distance calls were not as common in those days. You had to go through an operator. Now, here's my grandparents who lived in the Detroit area. They sent my mother a postcard saying they were coming up that weekend. And okay, so we didn't have any idea of what to expect. To top things off, my older brother, stayed behind, and his plan was to party away for the time that we were gone, and then kind of clean up the place at the very last minute when we were getting back in. We didn't have any way of getting in touch with him either about what our plans were. So here at Sunday morning, we're driving into Muskegon. We pull up into our driveway, and there's my grandparents' car. Oh my God, my mother was so embarrassed. What he had partied away for those days and nights leading up to that Sunday morning, and he couldn't get the place cleaned up in time when the grandparents showed up. And oh my God, my mother was so embarrassed by that whole thing that, oh, jeez. So that was my experience and that was 1964, or I think it was 64.
Yeah, it was 64 or 65. I remember.
It was 64 when we got to the World's Fair, and oh my God.
They didn't have the New York Thruway there that you could have gone from New York all the way to Youngstown, or through there. So
Right, yeah. That was my lesson in geography too. It was, oh God. And
let me tell you one other art thing about DaVinci, which really surprised me. I know, all through school, we talked about the Last Supper painting. And does anybody know where it is, first of all?
I do.
It's in Milan somewhere,
Where?
isn't it?
In the middle of Milan.
Well, yes, it's in Milan. And I happened to go there once, and it's in kind of a church complex that was bombed during the Second World War. But the area that the painting is actually in a refectory that the nuns had in the convent. And there's almost no signage of where this painting was. I found it somehow, but what surprised me was this. I walked in, and it was a room about as big as a single stall garage. The floor was cement. On one side was there was no other signs or anything, like what this is or anything, but the painting is on one side, and then across is a kind of a scene of the Lombardy, which is the area where Milan is. And that was it. It was Spartan. There was nothing else in the room. I was just so surprised. I mean, it had no ambiance. I don't want to be negative because the painting is awesome, and I was just surprised at
How big is it?
it's I would say about 10, maybe 8 or 10 feet high and about 15 feet wide.
Pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, it's very detailed in that, but it's how they spend a lot of money, but Bill's talking about making it so attractive to look at and everything. This was nothing like that at all. It was just against a wall. And remember, the painting was in the wall so that when they painted, they had to coordinate between the temperature or usually temperature, but how fresh the paint, the plaster was, and the painting. It's the paint that they use. I mean, I can't remember the name. There's a technique I can't remember. Maybe someone does. Mike, you know all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember though.
But you know what I'm talking about. They had to coordinate that right into the plaster. And for all those years, I was thinking it looked pretty good. There's no glass. There was nothing. It was just on the wall. And so was the other painting.
Well,
Yeah, the DaVinci exhibition had their reproduction of the Last Supper there. And I had, like you mentioned, I had read that basically that you'll be kind of disappointed because it's so pale over the years. It's that we're used to those illustrations that we see with vivid colors,
Right?
And it's not like that at all.
Well, if I remember right, they got some of the colors. Well, all the colors were organic one way or another. Some of the colors were actually the egg colors. They'd actually use egg yolk and stuff to paint on.
Right.
So over time, it would degrade.
Well, he invented that. I mean, he invented the proportion. He was so good about the proportions and stuff of people that it looks so real. And even the clothing, or they'll have a little tuck in their garment of some, the whatever they call it that they wore, but it wasn't a suit. It was just surprising how simple it was and how brilliant it was at the same time.
gentlemen, I'm going to have to take off. My wife
Yeah.
has just prepared a really good dinner, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Good.
All right,
Very well.
before we take off,
Yeah.
2 months away would be June.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Maybe in the June we can figure out if we want to get together again in the fall,
Okay.
and that takes up another year.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Go for it.
Keep it
Before we
going.
leave,
Yes.
Farewell.
I just opened up on about the Last Supper painting because I was disappointed in myself. I couldn't remember the name of the church. It's the Basilica di Santa Maria della Grazie.
Okay.
The church.
It was not. I mean, it was in a like I said, in a refectory room where the nuns ate. So I didn't even go in the church. There were hardly any signs or anything how to see it. I was the only one in it when I went there, and it was in the middle of the day. Thanks for getting that.
All right, guys.
All right.
We'll
Best
work
of
on let's say the first Wednesday in June. Does that sound good with you guys?
June 3.
Good for me.
June 3.
All righty.
I probably
It's-
can't make it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, next time, make sure we can see you as soon as you get on the TV.
Well, sorry about that, but I'm
That's
actually
all
on the
right.
third computer that I logged on to. The one I was using, what you guys were perfectly clear, both voice and picture. But I couldn't get out for some reason, and it's the same one I used last time I logged in. So I don't know what was different.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Then I tried my smartphone, and then I tried old computer.
I swear, this has been a real learning experience with the Zoom sessions. When it started out, we seemed to have things pretty well under control. But as time wore on and they made all these improvements, things began to fall apart.
well, you can't have that banana cake, that fruit basket computer you're using from your mom. I don't know what the heck.
Right, yeah. I never thought of that. Actually, I do have an old laptop that I've been using, but the laptop fell off my desk here and smashed the screen, and so I had to put another screen up. But the camera for the system is still over. It's like right over here.
Oh,
But my monitor is over here. So I never look. I have to look straight at the little dot there.
right.
So one of these times, and I tried using my my cell phone, but I couldn't get a very good picture on my cell phone. So I don't know. It's
It'll work.
technology. All right, it's been good seeing you guys, and we'll try to do better in June.
Okay.
So, Bill, before
Okay.
you fuck off, that was me
Be well,
that
guys.
said
Yeah.
smartphone.
Be well.
Goodbye, guys. Yep.
Okay,
Bye.
we'll see you guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Bill, did you hear my comment?
That you were the Samsung?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, that answers it.
that was my smartphone. I couldn't get all the way in on that either. So
Right,
anyway,
right.
thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Okay, terrific. Good seeing you guys.
Okay. Keep well, Ron.